I think I'm just going to go with questions today, if that's okay. Thank you.
Bobby Romello's play again. You just seemed from the tip to be really animated, and what did you make of that performance?
Yeah, good things happen when he had the ball, bottom line. I mean, percentages, some of his really good passes out of the post. He went to the offensive glass. He battled in the paint to rebound. Yeah, he was one of the primary reasons why we were in the position we were late in the game.
They played you even in the second half. Just what do you think of the last 20 minutes, just your effort there?
I just think we got baited into shooting some poor shots. We did have some open threes that we missed badly. So again, when you look at 8 for 26, guys have to start hitting from three, especially when you have a guy down low that is as productive as Romello's going to be. Those shots are going to be there. They got to connect at a better rate. I thought our defense was poor relative to how we guarded in the first half and most of the season, and we just allowed them to go off the bounce and beat us and put them on the free throw line way too much. So it was a really poor defensive effort in the second half.
Depth-wise, where does this team rank up for you?
Well, I don't know. It depends. If you have a lot of guys, that's great. But if you have a lot of guys playing well, that's really what's good. So to figure out how to find enough guys that are contributing and playing at a high level, then the depth is wonderful. But if you have too many guys that aren't playing well, then what is it? You're just playing a lot of guys that aren't playing well.
Obviously, the offense didn't seem to be any better tonight than the past nights. As far as
I would say
rhythm.
it's all different. It kind of flips around a little bit because the first half, considering they were chopping the game up on us and going late in clock, for us to have 38 and we shot a good percentage, I was happy with our offense, but we were 9 for 16 from the free throw line, and we missed the front end of a 1-and-1 in one of those. So that's a whole nother maybe 6 or 7 points that we would have had, which would have been a really good offensive first half. Second half, we made all our free throws and we shot poor from the field. So we just got to try and figure out how to not be schizophrenic within the game.
What do you have to do to get Alonzo going a little bit? I mean, obviously missing those games didn't help. It just seems like.
Yeah, I mean, he's too talented to be playing the way he is, and he's just got to stop thinking or feeling sorry for himself. He doesn't hit a shot or whatever, and just step up and be mature and start playing the way he's capable of playing.
How nice was it not to have to rely so heavily on Remy tonight?
I think that he has such a high standard with me that it wasn't a good effort by him. He didn't lead our team the way I needed him to. He wasn't connected to the game the way he should have been. So he has nothing to do with how he shot from the field or how many points he had. It was more of how he led our team. So I think he's got to improve and do better.
Are you frustrated by just the fact that it's things that are very controllable from a focus, energy standpoint?
No, it's just, I think more of we just, we have to start getting it in gear and start, trying to strive to play well so that regardless of what the score is, you feel good about yourself after the game. And I just, as much as we've been winning, I just haven't really felt like, wow, this really looks great. This feels good. And so we have to, get back to the drawing board and get in practice and play better.
Can that be viewed as a positive, though, just that you're 6-2 and you feel the way that you do about it?
I mean, I think so, because we've played against good teams and we've already won good, beating St. John's and winning on the road. So we've done some nice things. But yeah, as a coach, you do have a big picture. Look at the whole year and what you hope for your team. And right now we're just, we're not developing. Like I think our staff would hope we would be at this point.
When you subbed out in the second half 5 guys, was it just the effort, the collective effort, or was there? I think they got a transition layup there.
Yeah, I mean their 5-man drove it right. You got the rebound, drove it the whole length of the court, laid it in. So anytime that happens, there had to be someone between point A and point B to make an impact there. And when 5 guys don't do it, then in that instant that was my call. And I don't do that all the time, but it was frustrating to see that.
Anything else?
Thank you, guys.
Bobby didn't seem real pleased when he was talking to us. What was his message to you guys in the locker room?
That we need to get better defensively, and we got to hit shots. It's mainly the defensive end. Like when we play teams that's better than that team, it's gonna be harder for us to stop them. And, like we gotta lock down our defense. Our defense is kind of shaky today, so we definitely gotta improve on our defense, and we just gotta hit more shots. I feel like we took a lot of shots, but we really didn't make a lot of them. And when we play good teams, we gonna have to make shots, and we gonna have to lock down on the defensive end too. So that's just two things that we gotta work on. But it's gonna work. It's gonna start in practice.
Even though it's been disappointing night to night, do you feel you're playing your best basketball right now, just from the beginning of the season until now?
Yes, definitely. I feel like I've gotten into a groove, and I've been trying to stay consistent with how I play. So that's really what I've been focused on, taking my time when I get the ball and just really just trying to dominate on both ends of the floor, not just the offensive end.